Matter can be found in nature in one of two ways. Matter can be found in nature as mixtures or as pure substances. There are two types of mixtures. There are some mixtures called homogeneous mixtures, and there are some that are called heterogeneous mixtures. Also, there are two types of pure substances. Some pure substances exist in nature as elements, that is, in their elemental form, while some pure substances exist in nature as compounds. Let us take a look at each of these classifications of matter. Pure substances are matter that are composed of only one type of atom or molecule. An example is a 24-karat gold. That should be only pure gold. On the other hand, mixtures are composed of two or more different types of atoms or molecules that are not chemically combined. An example of that is a saline solution. Now, we know that there are two types of pure substances. So what is an element? An element is a pure substance that cannot be broken down into simpler substances. For example, helium atoms. There is nothing you will get that will be different if you break helium, an atom of helium, into two. You cannot get any new matter from it. Some pure substances occur as compounds, and pure substances that exist as compounds are chemically combined elements. Elements that are chemically combined. We will learn the meaning of chemically combined very soon. An example of a pure compound would be if you have pure water molecules. Matter can also exist in nature as mixtures. Actually, the most common form in which you would find matter in nature is as mixtures. And there are two types of mixtures. There are homogeneous mixtures, which simply means if you look at the substance by appearance, it will appear completely uniform to you, although it is a mixture. For example, salt-water mixture. If you dissolve salt in water and you show it to somebody that was not there when you dissolved the salt in water, there is no way that person would be able to know that you have salt in the water, because everything would simply appear uniform. That is what we call homogeneous mixture. Another example of homogeneous mixture would be a cup of coffee. Everything would simply appear black, although you have several different components in that cup of coffee. Another type of mixtures are heterogeneous mixtures. And heterogeneous mixtures can easily be identified because immediately you look at a heterogeneous mixture, you would know that it is not just one type of component. For example, if you add sand and salt together, it should be very obvious that sand is different from salt. Let us take a look at some sample problems on this. Classify the following as a pure substance or mixture. Further classify them as an element, a compound, homogeneous mixture, or heterogeneous mixture. Let us begin with the first one. Blood. If somebody pricks you and blood gushes out, all you see would be red. However, blood has many components in it. You have the red blood cell, you have the white blood cell, you have the platelets, and so on. So everything appears uniform to you, although it is a mixture of several components. So this would be a mixture, and it will be homogeneous because everything appears uniform. Let us take a look at the second one, sugar. It is a compound. Table sugar is a compound, which means it's a pure substance. And it is a compound. Actually, the chemical formula of sugar, which is known as sucrose, is C12H22O11. All these elements are chemically combined together to give sucrose. Let us move on to the third one, a pool of mercury. This is also a pure substance, and there is only one type of element in that pure substance, and that is mercury. So it's a pure substance in the elemental form. And the last question here, chicken noodle soup. Yum yum. Immediately you look at that, you can immediately tell that the noodle is not the same as the soup. So it is a heterogeneous mixture.